This week, I let Goran run the podcast because I'm dying of hay fever. So I let him run it. You'll see where the conversation goes. It talks about first half an hour is just pretty much random gadla, random conversation, right? You might see the timestamps below. Let us know if they are valid or incorrect. And then we touched a little bit on what things you're cutting back on now in terms of like socializing and your costs, and also the junior doctor strike and the rail strike, the similarities, differences, and how there could be another one on the horizon. We'll catch you on the other side. What's up, people? Welcome to this episode of the Indian Dots podcast. I am dying of hay fever, and this is a really tough podcast. So Garen's going to bring the energy, apparently.
Yo, Dr. J in the house.
Yeah, you know what, Garen? Can you run the podcast? Can you just tell me all the topics you've prepped for today? That'd be really great.
I need to humble myself here and just say that, guys, this podcast would not exist without the individual.
No, I don't care about that. I messaged you yesterday saying, Baji, have you got any topics?
Today, message today, no?
No, it was yesterday evening. Look at the timestamp, Baji.
Today, bro. I felt like it was today. I did think about it. I contemplated your question and I actually thought about what have I done. And it's like, well, not much really. Got more family over from India.
Let me just look at the timestamp.
Go on, look at the timestamp.
Yesterday at 11:17. Any topics?
Oh, okay.
Bear in mind, you messaged me at 10:43. So
to check. Yeah. But I was just winding down and
How'd that work out for you?
Yeah. Did not work out. So as I was telling you off camera, guys, whatever reason, could not sleep yesterday. Got my whole routine. I have good night Alexa. Put my sleep timer on. It's my relaxing rain. I end up listening to the rain. The rain's almost finished. 2 hours of rain. I'm like, now I need a wee.
2 hours of rain nearly finished. You were still awake.
Do you know what I mean? So then I'm like, I might as well wee now because listen to all this rain. Need to wee. And then I rewound my rain, and then it had another cycle. And then I think I woke up at 4:30. And then you kind of like I think what finally got me to sleep is this. I was there and I was like, look, if you don't want to go to work tomorrow, just don't go now. I think because
do you know what you do, Karen? Yeah. You just don't look at the clock. You just don't look.
It's a dark thing. It's a dark thing.
You screw your brain. All you do is just say, oh, it's still like 12. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just not going to look at the clock. I'm not going to look at the clock because I've done this many times, right?
Because once you do, you get angry. You're like, how can it be?
Exactly.
Then I've only got this amount of time, and then you start calculating. Like,
and I swallow that problem the next day when I look at my sleep thing. Right? Yeah. I'm like, it says how much you slept. Yeah, and it can see how much I've tossed and turned. So if I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I'm just asleep. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I'm in and out of sleep. It's really shallow, jello coiny. It means nothing. It's fine. Next day you look at it, you can see the time that you've had to sleep is that little bit, and the whole bar is you just tossing and turning. So I don't deal with that. I tend to look at the next day, see how I feel, and then I'll look at the sleep thing, and I'm like, okay, at least I know.
It's good wisdom. Some good wisdom right there, guys. So, guys, the learning point is do not look at it, man. You got to power through. It's very annoying. But yeah, I think like I said, the thing that got me to sleep was resigned to the fact that I have control. If I don't want to go to work tomorrow, I will not go to work tomorrow. I think because of that, otherwise you put your pressure like, I'm going to wake up at this time. I've got to wake up this time because I've got to go. And you do that. And when that left, I think that's when I fell asleep. And then obviously alarm bloody went off. And I was like, go away. I was, no, go away. And then I had this kind of like, they're good and the bad. I was like, Jama, nay, Jama. Shindi's there. She's just nice and relaxed and asleep. And it's like,
she's knocked out, man, because she's thinking this is your problem. I slept fine.
It's not me problem. It's you problem.
It's a you problem, 100%.
And then I'm like, okay, you're watching the cricket coming up. You got some holidays coming up. You're gonna be taking some leave off. And bear in mind, I'm a contractor. I don't get paid when I'm taking holidays. So it's like, you should probably maximize this week. I was like,
yes.
And then it's one of those things. When you actually sleep less. For some reason, sometimes you're not tired. So I woke up, did my brush, had my breakfast. I was like, man, I am like a machine or something. And I had my coffee.
No, you're not. You must have hit like, I want to guess.
Guess the time.
It was the post lunch.
Wait. Let me give you some drops in. So I leave the house, woke up at 6:15. Left the house at 7:10. Got to work for 8 o'clock. I have handover from 8 till 8:30. That's the night team talking to the day team. And then I lunch at 3 o'clock every day. So you
3
tell me
o'clock,
yeah? Yeah, that's my lunch. Yeah.
You died about 11:30, 12.
mate, 8:30.
Half
8:30. I was sat there in the handover. And
that early.
There's something about when I do these morning shifts. Now, this is obviously morning shift plus like no sleep. When you wear the mask and you breathe, I don't know what it is, but it feels like the breath is coming out of your eyes and it burns.
Yeah,
like when you're tired and your eyes are burning, it's like it's going back in the air. And I was there and I was like, I am not okay. I am not okay. I was just saying to myself, sitting there.
So last week you were like, Jazz. And today you're like, I am not okay. I am not okay.
I was like, Indy.
You're like, sleep. That's what you were like.
Oh god. And then I have a special role, and luckily, like the start of the day was like it was chill, and I was like, oh, okay, this is exactly what I need. There's some days where you just have to, you walk into absolute chaos, and you're like, man, I just need to switch on. Like, it doesn't matter about anything else.
Yeah.
And then you have these milestones. I have milestones at work. You probably have the same thing. Like, what's the time for you? Like the time in the day where you're like, yeah, home time soon. Like,
it varies, isn't it? So I hope people at work don't watch this, but I hope no one from work watches this. But no, genuinely, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like I tend to, if I'm at home, for real, I start clocking off about 5. Let's be honest, everyone clocks off about 5. That last half an hour.
Wait. No. I'm not. This. What I'm saying is like, there's the actual time you finish. I'm not on about that. I'm saying there's a point in your day where you're like, I've won the day. So for me,
finish, and I'll tell you in it, because it's different when you're working in the office to when you're at home. Because when you're at home, finish time is like you're finished and you're finished. When you're at the office, you're like, oh, I'm finished. Well, I got that fucking commute home, innit? I'm not finished. This is going to be like a bit of a cramped one. It's 30 degrees outside. The tubes are going to be warm. That lukewarm thing, and people are standing like in your personal space and you're doing this.
Is the tube air conditioned? I actually didn't like.
A couple of lines are. The district line is, which is the line I use to get home.
Yeah. Okay.
But the other 2 lines I take aren't. So they're really warm.
And in your work, I presume you're wearing casual clothes? It's not.
Yeah. So work is casual, and I just sit and wear normal like clothes. I can wear shorts, anything. But I
was going to say, what are your thoughts on that? That's exactly what I was going to bring up. Ladies wear skirts.
Hang on. Whoa, this is getting very, very weird.
Guys wearing shorts to work. That's my question.
You said ladies in skirts.
Yeah, I said ladies wear skirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as in that's a norm. Like they can do that.
Oh, I thought you said.
What did you hear?
What's your thoughts on ladies wearing skirts? And I'm like, bro,
listen,
what kind of 1960s podcast I just walked into, right?
Can't be wearing no skirts, right? You can't be doing that.
I asked Karan to run the podcast and lead it today because I'm feeling a bit quiet, and he wants to take it there. Jesus,
no,
you wish.
Yeah. So guys, well, you kind of answered that. So your lad shorts. But I thought of the same thing. Like, would it be acceptable for a doctor to walk around with shorts on at work?
I reckon it is, man. If it's warm, go for it.
I think no.
What's there to lose?
I think.
Mate, hospitals are piping. They ain't got aircon.
Absolutely, we do not. Well,
when I sat in the urgent treatment center a few weeks ago, it was uncomfortably warm. There's no windows, nothing. It's just shut in.
The bits where medical drugs are kept, there are certain bits, right?
Their time. Yeah.
That's nice, isn't it? That's nice.
That's when you're like, I'll just go and fetch it. Yeah, I'll go and fetch it. Open the door.
Yeah, half an hour later. I'll just stay here. But I digress. Yeah, so shorts. Yeah. So you're talking about commuting home.
Shorts are fine, but you gotta hedge your bets. Sometimes you get to the office and the aircon's up and it's really cold, and you're like, oh, I should have thought about this. So what I've started doing is I pack a jumper just in case it gets cold.
This is also an interesting thing, and I've tested.
Genuinely, it gets like really cold when you're sitting in aircon.
If you got t-shirt and shorts on and you feel cold, actually you don't need to change your shorts, as in put trousers on. If you just put a layer on the top, it just compensates.
Exactly, that's fine. Everyone can handle cold legs, but you can't handle like cold upper body. It's too much.
Yeah, this is a good point. All right, next question then. What type of shorts you wearing? You wearing like basketball shorts? When I mean that, I mean like baggy shorts, or is it like the rolled up versions?
Yeah.
The tight ones.
Funny you mentioned this because on the weekend we had a family barbecue, right?
Where was this?
Sandra's family barbecue was on this weekend for her nephew's birthday, and I come out and I'm getting ready and I'm wearing shorts, and she said, "Are you wearing that?" I said, "Yeah, I'm wearing shorts," and she said, "Have you got any nicer ones?"
Give me the tone. How did
it was like is that what you're wearing? I was like, yeah. And she said, haven't you got any nicer ones? I was like,
Straight, direct. Yes.
no. And I said,
Okay.
okay,
And
actually,
what were
hold
you
that
wearing?
thought. Let me just go and get my other shorts. I pulled out the 4 pair of shorts. They're all gym shorts. I'm like, here you go. And she's like, I think you need to buy some new shorts. I was like, I think I do too. So I need to buy some smarter shorts. But normally I just wear like gym shorts, man.
Yeah. So you got I've got, yeah, exactly. I got the relaxed style. And I'm thinking about you now with, gear you used to wear when you went traveling, kind of like those wife beater t-shirts.
Yeah, the wife beat banana.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
not a
wear the
banana,
wife
like a
beater
t-shirt.
banana. I wore a football shirt at first, and I was like, actually, it's going to get really warm. This is going to
Yeah.
get uncomfortable. And when you sweat in a football shirt, the
Yeah, that
piscina is
kapra.
really bad. That sweat is
Yeah.
horrible. So
And
I
then
was
you get
like, let
that
me
weird
just put on a
smell
bit
in
more of
it.
a color t-shirt. So that was nice.
Yeah,
But
t-shirt and shorts. Okay.
yeah, t-shirt and shorts. What was I going to say? I was going to say something else about t-shirt and shorts.
Hmm.
Yeah, I need to buy some smart shorts, but problem I
Hmm.
have is big legs in it. Big legs, man. All
Yeah.
them deadlifts, all those leg presses. The problem you've got is that you can't find shorts that genuinely fit you that aren't gym shorts. So you tend to try and like, oh yeah, I'll try these chino shorts.
Yeah.
Nah. I'll
No, I was
try
gonna
these
say
jean
that
shorts.
that
Nah. There's
no,
nothing that
no, no,
fits
no.
well.
Never ever wear denim shorts, man. That is like,
Yeah. But I'm just giving examples, right?
like
Just
if you ever wear that, well, our
those smart shorts don't work.
friendship's over, man. Like I can't.
Really?
A man in denim shorts is just.
Karen, you used
Uh,
to wear 3/4 all the time.
yes. Let's talk about this now. This should never be worn by any man. There is age to wear them. Okay. And when at the height, at the peak of wearing the 3/4, the only way, if any way, it looked okay and acceptable, maybe even cool, was combats. Combat trousers were in at that kind of time. But anything else, like I had some Umbro ones, man, that I used to wear, and it was bad, really bad. Like there are still pictures on Facebook you
And
can
you
find
thought
of
you were a
shit.
cool guy.
Man, I thought it was a really cool guy. I had oversized glasses and I had a lot of bad things. Not bad things, dark history, right? But yeah, 3/4. I don't know why they've been ever been designed, but yeah, 3/4 are no. Denim shorts are no. Chino shorts, yes, I'm a big fan of chino shorts. Do love that. But again, you got to do, let's call it piscina management. Okay,
Yes.
it's a hot day and your ass gets sticky. We're Asian
So it's
guys,
done.
hairy
This
asses.
is this is why you
Game
wear
over,
the
man.
anti-chafe boxers.
Yes, yes.
Anti-chafe boxers are a must in
Chafing
summertime,
is
man.
a real
Honestly,
thing, man.
they make all the
Real thing.
difference because
Yeah.
none of
So
this sticking to your shorts, sticking to your bits. No, no,
yeah,
no,
and
no.
you got to keep pulling everything
Yeah,
up.
you
It's
got to
just
keep unwedging yourself. It's not
yeah.
fun.
It's not practical. Um, we digress. Coming back to the original point, so I do my normal day is a 9 hour day.
So you were dying at 8:30, yeah.
Dying at 8:30, but 12 o'clock. So my normal thing is because I have 8 till 8:30 is kind of my like a handover. Like I said, 8:30 till 9, I'm just sorting things out from the night team. Which patients are really here, which are just been left on the screen, but they're not really here. Check who's here, clean the board.
Yeah.
9, then I have that 9 till 12 period, which is kind of like I need to get through. This is my slog, the slowest part of the day, because it tends to be less busy. If I get to there, 12 till 3, no issue. My mini battle is then 12 till 2 sometimes, and then 2 till 3. I'm like lunch is at 3. If I get to 3, lunch the last hour 4 till 5. Yeah, I'm checked out, man. I'm happy. I don't care what's happening outside. It's all good, man.
You're like, I'm going home. It's fine.
I'm going home. I'm going to sort my patients out beautifully, and there's like ta 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 ta. And then I enjoy a nice walk to the car, which is obviously nice at the moment with the weather. Get my steps in. And yeah, it's interestingly, when I used to work 8 till 4, I'm 8 till 5 now. 8 till 4 took me longer to get home than it does. So leaving at 4 o'clock took me longer to get home than leaving at 5 o'clock, which I was like, everyone's leaving at 5.
No,
30,
it's because
30
you're
minutes.
getting mixed in the school rush,
The
and some
4
people
o'clock.
clock off at 4.
Yes, this is good.
That's what catches you out. So be careful.
Clever guy.
Yeah. I've done these school runs in the past. I'm not saying I've got kids with other women. What I'm saying is that
just clarify here. What I'm saying is
but I've had to pick up my niece and nephew from nursery a couple of times,
right.
And I was surprised to see how many people there were on the roads at that time. And the
Right.
little drive from nursery to their home, it's
Yeah.
like a 2-minute drive. It took about 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is mad. And
Right,
it's just people in cars with kids. That's literally it.
You're like, this is unacceptable.
Yeah. Stay off the road between 3 till 6.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
That's pretty true. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, So that was it, man. So it's been a tiring day. I'm happy I'm here. I'm on the podcast now.
I'm surprised you're awake, man. You're past the point of tiredness. Tonight you'll crash out. Very well. Very,
Looking
very
forward to it.
well. I've never seen you drink a Diet Pepsi on air. Wow, you're really tired, man.
Pepsi Max.
My heart bleeds for you.
You Pepsi Max drinker? I know you drink Diet Coke.
I don't mind, man. Whatever's available.
I like that, man. See,
Give me
mindset.
any diet beverage, man. I'm happy.
Any diet beverage. Okay, you
Any
clearly
diet
haven't
one.
tried. You got to try diet Lilt. It's disgusting.
Is it? I've been
God.
trying to source Lilt for a very long time, Karen. So
I've got a guy.
next time you come see me,
it's not a guy.
give me
it's
some,
a
yeah.
place.
Bring a nice little 4-pack, yeah.
Pretty. Well, they don't even sell that like that, man. Like, so
That's why I said it.
These are my.
I want to see how good your guy actually is.
My Lilt experiences. So we went to a chippy, me and Shindy once. I paid for the Lilt and Shindy left it on the counter. I was not amused. We got back and I realized I was going to have my meal now without my Lilt. And
that actually hurts.
There's nothing a wife can say.
See, my like Usly drink is Rubicon Mango. That's my Usly. Nothing will be more ultimate than Rubicon
Mango. For me, it's a specialist drink. I can't have it on a regular basis. It's not like I can have it once a week. But when you get it now and again, I guess the same for Lilt. It just hits a spot. It's just like
it's a very good spot.
You drink it and you're like, you can feel the amber, but then you're like, whoa, where's this fizz come from? It's just like, what is going on? It's like,
yeah,
fizz, and you got amber together. It's like super diabetic. It's like got more sugar. It's just like,
I think if I put that into my fitness pal, it'd probably break, honestly.
Yeah, like you exceeded
stuff in it,
your
man.
yearly allowance.
Yeah, honestly, it's wild.
Star City in Birmingham have Lilt. So as you go to the check-in counter to buy your beverages and popcorn and stuff, they just have it in a proper bottle.
The bottle, man.
Right, like I haven't seen that. I was like, what? And then recently, I went to play
Star City, yeah?
Star City, yeah. New, it's only new. It hasn't been there for a long time. So you can't get it on the draft, like on tap, but it's there as a bottle.
Yeah.
So I was impressed with. Recently, I went to play pool at this, not pool, snooker at this like proper old snooker hall in Wolverhampton. And like snooker places always have like, chocolate bars and crisps and a few like snacks. And I was there looking, I was like, is that Lilt? And the guy was like, nobody ever buys this stuff. I was like, I will buy it. I was like, give me the Lilt. And he's like, you really love Lilt? I was like, I love Lilt.
He's probably that poor guy who sat there and petitioned hard for it. He's like, yo, gaffer, we need to get some Lilt in. I'm sure someone will happily come and like when they see it, it'll be nostalgia. And he put his neck on the line. And then it's been like a month. It's been sitting in the fridge. Not a single can's gone. And you're the first one. He's like, no one buys this. Oh my God, I feel so vindicated. Right? That's what he's probably thinking in his head.
I even said to the guy, it's really funny. I was like, listen, we're going to play some snooker now. I may forget. You remind me to buy this Lilt.
Yeah.
And he got really angry. He was like, little shit, I don't like it. I was like, you don't have to drink it, man.
It's not for you. It's for me.
I know you're the owner, but I will drink it.
Yeah,
remind me. And so that was my so diet. Yeah. I mean, the other one that's bloody been ruined now is because it's sugar tax, isn't it? Lemonata, right?
What happened to it?
It's all bloody diet. It's very hard to get original sugar full Lemonata.
Really?
That is it. Yeah, man. Anywhere you go, Pizza Express, that's mainly why I drink at these Italian places. And it's all the light. And I'm just like,
oh, hang on. Lemonata. Yeah. All right. I tried this the other day. I tried to get my niece to give me some. She wouldn't let me have it. So I had to go inside to go and get one. I asked Sancha to buy it because she was going inside anyway. I had it. It was so bitter. I was like, this doesn't look.
Was this original or light?
No, I think this is the light one. But I had it and I was like, this is so bitter. It's not refreshing at all.
It is very bitter. Yeah, that's why Shindy doesn't like it. But I love
so I gave it to my Dija and he finished it. But I was like, yeah, this is not what I thought it was.
It's very bitter. Like the original is probably more bitter, but it's so good. But you know what you'll enjoy that's kind of like that, but it's not as bad. If you go to
Tang Plastics?
No, go to Dishoom. And
never going to Dishoom, but okay.
Dishoom's really good. Why don't you?
Oh man,
you don't desi food?
I don't want to go out and eat desi food. I don't like it.
Street food, man. It's not what you get home. It's definitely not what you get home.
It's still, to me, it's desi food, man.
Limca. You need to have a Limca.
Yeah, Limca's all right. Actually, no, I haven't had Limca, so I can't say that. So
that's it. So
side
we're gonna
story,
have Limca next.
My sister had a barbecue 2 weeks ago. We went to that.
You got to a lot of barbecues.
So it's just because my niece and nephew, and Sanjay's nephew, their birthdays are 8 days apart.
Right.
So that
Okay,
means
so,
2 weekends every year. It's going to be one birthday for those two and the other birthday for him. So it's always going to be that there's 2 weekends in June every year that we're just never going to be able to bypass, right? So I said, yeah, fine.
Don't
So
sound too happy.
when I was at the first one, huh?
Don't sound too happy.
No. I'm really happy,
for the
man.
rest of my life.
No, I like it. I like it because I know one day they're gonna have friends and they're not gonna want to like hang out with us lot.
Bloody hell, man! You're so ducky.
But tell me, is that wrong? It's true. It's true.
Wait,
and I was like, it's cool, man. I'm
What
gonna
are you
lap
to
it up
them?
now
What are you
for as long as I can.
What's the rishta? What are you? What do they call you?
I am Masar or Mama.
He's a ducky. Eating or eating. The other, what did Sanjay say? Like fanning or something else. And now this one is like,
Oh, don't worry about that.
Friends of mustard. Friends of mama. It's
Hang on. Yeah. I'm quite happy because I know that each year it's getting closer towards a date where we're not going to see them again. And I was like, it's fine. I'll just come by anyway and spend time with the siblings. What's the difference? It's the same thing, right? You're just a means to a meetup. That's all it is. But anyway,
yes,
barbecue, yeah.
Barbecue.
And one of my Gijo's friends had sourced limca from London, like in the bottles,
glass,
like the glass bottles, and he bought like 12 of them. He had 10 of those and 2 thumbs up. And I don't know what thumbs up is, but apparently it's a desi version of Coca-Cola, right? And he had it, and everyone was loving it. They're like, "Oh wow, limca! I can't believe it."
Yeah,
really hard.
Did you have
really hard to source? I didn't try it because the bottles were like really dirty, and I was like, I don't know if I should have this. Like it looks proper dirty. So I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna get ill having it. And
everyone else is having it, no?
No. My bubby had it. Not my bubby, but my bubby's bubby had it. So I call her Bubby to simplify things. She's not Bubby squared, right? So I was like, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Called her Bubby. She had it. And she's like, oh, my lips feel kind of weird after having it. I was like, that sounds a bit too shady for me. And you like this, and you like limca. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it.
Okay, I will get you some Dishum limca. Okay, it comes in a glass bottle. You don't have to drink from the bottle if you don't want to. Pour it into a glass. But,
okay.
Yeah, and then do you try thumbs up then?
No, I didn't try either. I was like, look, it's fine.
Oh, you did not. What?
I was happy that everyone else was enjoying it. I didn't want to be a part of it.
You stood there, had your bottle of water, didn't you? Bloody avian bottle that you bring everywhere.
No, I didn't. I had Diet Coke on that day. I wanted to drink, but I couldn't because I was on antibiotics. So I was like, oh, okay. Couldn't really do much.
Very good timing.
Very convenient timing, eh?
Oh,
it's like I planned having an ear operation that would stop me from doing anything stupid.
Turn your head to the right. No, that's your left. To the right. Okay, still not in. Still letting it. There's no packing this time, though.
No, I've taken the packing out. I didn't take it out, obviously. Doctor did. I'm not supposed to put cotton wool in it anymore. I'm supposed to just let it breathe. But he said no earphones for the next 4 weeks. I said, yeah, fine.
Fine. Got it. Okay.
And it's a good thing you said that because I was picking at it the other day and it started bleeding. And I was like, oh, okay,
picking at it, huh?
So I had Sanj like sort it out. Mate, I love picking scabs. I can't help myself. I absolutely love it. I don't know why.
Scabs.
I love them, man. Scabs.
Just scabs.
Yeah, but just scabs, man.
You know, it leaves a scar.
I know it does. I'm aware, Karan. I'm aware.
You like it? It's addiction. OCD.
I just like scratching it off, man. I don't know why. I have one here and I scratched that one off earlier. That was nice.
How long do you normally typically hold out for?
I only do it once. Because after that, it does scar in it. Like the second and third time, it's scarring now in it, yeah. The first time, I'm like, okay, let's just pick it. I thought it was dried earwax. Genuinely, I thought it was dried earwax because I was wiping my ears, some stuff was coming out, and I was like, oh, okay, it's just dried earwax or dried blood. So I started picking at stuff, and the rest of it came off as dried blood. I was like, yeah, cool. Picked it, and I was like, that didn't feel nice. And then I touched it, and I was like, oh, shit. Right? Yeah, I said, is that bleeding? She said, yeah. Were you picking at it? I said, yeah.
she's like, I'll call you an ambulance.
She ain't calling me shit, man. She'd be like, go and crawl to the hospital.
And then you think about the time you're wasting.
You think about the time you wasted and the resources you wasted. Yes. Yeah. What will Karan say with the lack of yard for you, right?
Oh yeah. You're right. You're alive. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm alive. That's fine. So I'll bring the topics then, shall I? Yeah, I'll kick it off. How
long was that? I've just carried half the podcast.
Oh wow, carry! Jesus. Oh wow.
let me give you a let me give you a like a side story. I was thinking about this when you said topics for podcast. There's a show, I don't know if you've ever watched it, Seinfeld. Okay, so Seinfeld's like old school comedy. It's on Netflix now, but it
I'm
predates
just
like
watching it at the
Friends. So,
moment. I'm not there.
so pick this up with Sanj afterwards. But the brilliant or the genius of that comedy is they're basically just taking everyday stuff that happens every week, kind of like how McIntyre does his comedy, right? But they made a whole show about it. And so, the piece we've done here about traveling to work, what time you get to work, and what time you mentally check out, all this stuff is that type of thing. So I was thinking about it because I watch that show every day at lunch now. There's so many of these things that I think that's one of the good things about our podcast, talking about these normal day-to-day things that affect everybody.
Mm.
Like the weeing technique.
Trivial shit, that, isn't it, man?
Two hands, no, two hands.
Trivial weeing, trivial shit, same thing, man. All good.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about your topics.
So topics, yeah. Okay.
So
this rail strike that's probably come and gone that everyone has seen, yeah. Because this comes out a week late.
How's it affected you?
So I was supposed to go to Amsterdam, yeah.
You were? Yes.
I was supposed to go and it's been cancelled, so we moved it because we couldn't get a train back.
That was the reason?
Yeah. So we moved it to the end of July. And yeah, man, I'm still in support of it. I'm like, look, cool, go and get the money that you feel is owed to you on it. But the question I had to you was junior doctors, they did a strike a few years ago.
No, they're doing
Why did that happen and how did that pan out?
They're thinking about doing another one, man. Forget about the old one. Let's talk about the second one now.
Okay, so take me to the first one and take me to the second. Go on.
So look, just big picture, junior doctors, when they graduate, I think we talked about this before, but their starting salary, I think, is between 22 and 26. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they compare to other vocations, and classically, you get this thing that's thrown around like, Aldi manager is on the same as like kind of like a doctor who's been a doctor for like 6-7 years. And people are like, come on, there's no, where is the value? Where is the value that's being shown there? And obviously one's a private company and one's obviously the NHS. So like, it's a system, we're born into. So that's one thing. It's, I'm putting the hours in. I've studied a lot to be here. The stress you take on, it's not like a clock out job. Sometimes a lot of the time you have to stay over and do things. You do extra things, you get pulled into work because there's shortages, chronic appreciation. All these
but
things.
As we saw last week, you had no sympathy for this. But correct.
Oh, with the F1s.
Yeah. You had no sympathy for them. So yeah. For those that don't know, that's what I'm talking about. Flick back to last episode and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You're seeing two shades of Karan here today, two very different sides. Carry on.
Yeah. So second thing is, so there is a kind of like a built-in pay increase for all doctors of all grades. It's different, different like kind of a consultants for nurses, for doctors, all these things. But what they're looking at is the rate of inflation historically for the last X number of years versus, okay, the percentage increases this has happened for a doctor is X, but actually a real sense is actually it's not even, meeting inflation. So it's an actual, it's a loss. That's basically the point they're making. And they're saying that historically, again, it's very hard for a doctor to go on strike because it's going against what they believe this is right and how it's going to affect patient care. Now, in 2015, when it happened, junior doctors had these support consultants, obviously the most senior people. They said, you do this because you need to do it. And if you don't make the stand now, it's going to have a knock-on effect down the line. We will hold it down. And by and large, the consultants did very well. I mean, when I spoke to them afterwards, they said things like, obviously decision making is very good, but logistically, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know how to print things. We don't know how to get things done. We know what to do, but obviously you guys are better at getting it done. And now there are much trainings again, of the same thing. But what they're saying is that, well, we did it once. We didn't do it properly. Like we need to.
But hang on. The first time you striked, it was overpay, and you got given a pay package 4 years later. 3 years later.
But again, the pay packet was given. Net sense is net loss is what they're saying. That's what they're arguing. They're saying it's just not a real. And then there was always a comparison about like the MPs have got this, and this increments that just keep going up, whatever. But what they're saying is now, obviously I'm not comparing to kind of, Indian farmers protest, which is that's how you protest, man. That's a different scale of protest.
That's extreme, but yeah.
There needs to be a more sustained protest, let's say. You know, if
Yeah.
you're really going to feel it, then you've got to do it properly. Not 1-2 days where it's fine, consultants can hold it down and that's it.
So what's the second strike about then?
No, it's exactly the same. Just pay.
Some more pay.
You know what it is? I think if you fix the other things in the NHS, which is, you know, you have genuinely good amount of annual leave and it's not hard to get annual leave, right? Holidays. And you don't go into every day and it's like a struggle and a battle to get stuff that works.
I don't think it's that, man. It's pay me. Like,
no, it is pay me, but you're a lot happier if there's other things about like
happiness is nice and all, but happiness ain't gonna pay for your fucking meal at night time. It's not gonna pay for your petrol to get to work.
Yeah, we appreciate that. It's yes, there needs to be a pay increase, but I'm saying what it takes a lot less for a doctor to get to that point and be like, I want money, if the other things are fixed. It takes a lot longer because you've got all these other things. You're just like, okay, it's fine. I can do other things. It doesn't have to come from medicine. I'll do X, Y, Z outside the hospital.
Yeah.
But because those other things are bad as well, it's like, why are we doing this? If those things aren't good, why am I putting up with this shit? I'm not getting paid enough, and those things are shit. Come on, that's the kind of thinking process.
I still think even if you fixed it, they go on strike in a couple of years' time because the novelty of it will
that's
wear
my point.
off.
It delays it. That's my point, though.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant it takes you.
It takes you longer to get to that unsatisfied point.
I think nurses should strike first, man. I think their overdue pay rises first. Let's be honest. They got a 1% like last year. So they're getting shafted and they're more short on nurses than they are doctors because there's a constant stream of doctors coming through from universities. There's not a constant stream of nurses coming through in the same way, shape or form.
Yeah, who wants to be a nurse, man? Again,
so
they look at the same thing. I got told something yesterday. There's somebody on OnlyFans, I think it's OnlyFans, who earns 10 grand a month from selling farts.
There's a niche for everything nowadays, man.
Well, now she's going to be selling her breast sweat.
There we go.
Right? That's the world we live in. Here's somebody who will clean your shit and take care of you and save your life. Minimal money. This person will sell some fart or whatever it is for you.
Hang on, is she selling what fart sounds?
I don't know what it is. It's like fart. I think it's in a jar.
Nah, that's bullshit, man. Just fart in a jar.
Look it up, man. Whatever it might be. Point is, someone's buying this shit. That's the world we live in.
I don't think I want to look that up, Karan, because it's going to appear in my search history and then I'm going to get targeted. So maybe it's not a good idea. I won't look it up. You can look it up and tell me that. Thank you.
We're Sanj to it. It's fine.
I'm not asking Sanj to either.
Yeah.
Why don't we actually leave it? Let's actually leave it. Yeah. Let's actually leave it.
She can do it. Yeah.
Mess up her search history. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, nurses I think have to strike first, man. They've been getting a rough deal of it. Apparently, there was research done, like a little poll at a trade union for nurses. This is back in December 2021. I've got the article here, and apparently 23% of eligible members took part in the vote. Of those, 89% said that they would be willing to take industrial action short of strike. I was like, oh, 54% of that said they'd be willing to actually strike. And I was like, oh, that's actually quite interesting. Problem is, though, is that the whole, I think nurses are coming in and out so much, it's probably hard to get a sustained build of steady attack going.
And that's
or just steady support.
Until you have sustained pressure so that the other side has to, offer some terms, nothing's going to happen. And it's the other side, isn't it? It's that moral conscience, man. Like literally, we could turn up and be like, this isn't safe. We're not going to do anything. Close the hospital. Let's just leave. Could do that.
But they won't.
Do that. Yeah, could, but won't.
Yeah.
But it's like for the government to understand what the NHS does. Yeah, look, they come to the hospitals, they see what they want to see. They see a little snippet, but until you've lived it and seen,
they see the nicest bits, man. Come on, let's be honest.
Yeah, they open because they come for openings, don't they? Open the new.
They come for the opening, or they get really brief that Sajid Javid's coming in. They make sure everything looks tip top, Magoo, and then that's it. Buff. Everything is back to normal.
Hey, Jasapal, you're doing good job, man. Hey,
yeah,
good job. Good.
And let's wheel out all the people again who just don't belong here.
Yeah, hey, just pal you brown, you come here. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, that's it, man. Let's get the two brownies in a picture together.
Yeah,
Woo,
that's it.
diversity.
They're doing good job.
Yay. Yeah, I can see that. What I was gonna add is trade unions are underrated, man. They need to be propped up more and more because fair enough, man. If this strike action of trains is that inconveniencing to everyone, because train workers do a lot and they are a massive cog in the machine of transport just in the UK. And I think they chose this weekend because it was linked to, what was it? It's Glastonbury weekend, Glastonbury week. And obviously, striking now is going to have the biggest impact on people.
Big festival.
And they were thinking of doing it on the Jubilee weekend, but I think that would piss off the royalists too much. So they were like, "Oh, how can you do this? How can you do this to Lizzie? Right? How can we get to Ascot? Is it Ascot? No,
Ascot's just. I think that's just happened.
no, it's not Ascot. Windsor. How can we get to Windsor and watch everything? Huh. Good Lord. Imagine.
Is it all train drivers or just TfL?
Every train driver up and down the UK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I thought it was just TfL, but then I was like, hang on.
I've heard that.
Why am I being impacted on the Eurostar? Right?
Yeah. Interestingly, so when you looked at Amsterdam, was it cheaper to go that way or to fly?
So, hold that door. I need to wipe my nose. Speak for a second.
Dirty boy, innit? Wiping your nose. You're gonna blow your nose. He's got hay fever. Another one of those made-up conditions. Yeah, there we go. It's connected to his IBS, another made-up condition. Then he has made-up hearing problems. Oh, you're back. Oh,
you're disgusting, man. I can hear every word you're saying.
You didn't hear any of that.
I heard everything about IBS and such. Man, you always want to get that little bit of that slander in. All right, so
slander,
it's a real thing. Okay, if not, go and tell the specialists who are IBS specialists in the NHS, paid for by the NHS, that their job's fake. Thank you.
They've given you a label to appease you. Do you not understand?
Bro, that's not me.
We have to tell him something so he doesn't keep asking.
Karan, when there's a doctor who specializes in fucking irritable bowel syndrome, I'm like, this is a bit suspect. Yes. Why don't you go tell him that his job's fake? Yeah. Safe. All right. End of conversation. Next topic. No, we're sticking to this. So
go on.
Me and Sanj booked Amsterdam a while ago, back when Eurostar had this little
offer
sale going on, and they were giving away train tickets for like about, not giving away, but they were sending them for like £30 there and £30 back, which is really cheap. So we booked that. Then we were going to go in January, but then Amsterdam shut down because of COVID. So then we moved it to the week of this week.
Oh, you've been trying to do this for a while.
Yeah. So then we moved it to a couple of weeks ago, but that was my niece and nephew's birthday. So we moved it to this week. And then now this has obviously happened. So we've moved it to the end of July. And we've had to pay like a difference each time. Because we paid a difference each time, the price of it's probably leveled out to a normal Eurostar ticket now. So our saving is pretty much gone. But it was nice while it lasted. Now, to get a flight back would have been 120, 130. And I was thinking, considering how much we were paying to go there, that's kind of the same as coming back. But then I said, Sanj, I've had an ear operation. I can't get on a plane. And she was like, oh, crap, you and your bloody operation. I was like, yeah.
Like, you're the problem, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's all my fault, man.
Limiting factor. That's surprising, man, because obviously Amsterdam's very close to us. And you think about, we flew to Geneva 2 years ago, I think it's something like 30 quid, 19 quid ticket. It's cheap.
Yeah,
man.
but the thing is, though, is that supply and demand, isn't it? So if all these trains were cancelled, everyone's thinking, let's get the next available set of transport, either train or flight there and back, which is going to push up prices. I'm sure if we looked at a different week, it would have been cheaper. But then we start looking and falling in towards summer holidays, which isn't what you want to do either. So it gets a bit complicated trying to keep track of it all.
You've got, I mean, that you're just at the start, then, aren't you, of the summer holidays?
We're going at the end of July, so we will be at the start. So we might get caught with hotels. I need to look at hotels, but we'll have a look and see how much it is.
I think that's the weekend we're seeing you guys as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, the following weekend.
No, it's the same weekend because we'll be back the day before.
Yeah, like San said, you can rest when you
die, man. That's what it's about. What it's about, man. Rest on the plane, on the train. You know, plane or train, heating or eating. What's the difference, man?
Oh my god.
Anyway,
that Saturday that we're meeting.
Yeah.
I need to find a specialist double-breasted blazer for my brother-in-law's wedding.
Okay.
So
I
we
thought you
need
were
to
saying you said double breast. I was like, this is
double-breasted.
going
Fine.
very left. Okay, yeah.
I need to find
I need to find some double breasts. Yeah.
double, for stags too, Nay. Yes. So I need to hit Jones Street, Savile Row, that type of thing.
Okay.
And then we can tee up for that show in the evening, which looks good.
Yeah, fine.
then
Just you plan the day to day.
I will plan it. What I was going to say is obviously there's no compulsion for you guys to come if that's going to be boring for you.
I don't mind. I don't mind. It's fine.
Then that's all good. Then yeah, I'll plan it. That's fine.
Sorted. Easy. That was easy work. Happy days.
Easy. Well, it's always easy for you, mate. You're not the planner, right? You just turn up with your laptop. Oh, it's Black Friday.
Turn up. You're
laptop.
coming to ours. What do you mean turn up? I'm
any,
here.
any events we do, it's like me and Sanj know what going on. And you're just like, oh yeah, like yeah. To be fair, guys on the podcast,
Yeah,
if you're ever planning a trip,
who's the entertainment? Who's the entertainment?
You're not the entertainment.
No. Who are the entertaining ones? Me and Shindy are the entertainment. Okay.
Oh my god!
Don't take this away from us. We're the funny ones, man.
Me and Sanj are the entertainers. Like,
No. You guys are the dead serious one. Me and Shindy are just bare funny. That's it.
Your skill set is finding good quality food. I will give you this. You have a gift.
No.
You find great.
Well, I read
places.
Google reviews and then
I don't know what you do.
That's
I don't care what you do, but there's always a good combination of it looking nice and the good.
I'm not gonna lie, this is pressure, because one time if I get it bad, I'm never gonna hear the end of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You'll be berated live on the podcast. So
I actually will.
Keep doing good on
it. Yeah, I'll keep on trying. Happy days.
Anywho,
Karan, now that things are getting difficult with kharcha and costing, have you found yourself making choices on what you're going to spend your money on in terms of events? Like, because obviously everything is opened up post-COVID and people were thinking, let's go to everything. But now you're like, actually, let's kind of pace it out and spread things out. So let's say if we have like an evening to go to see somebody perform, I'm more inclined to go and just watch him perform and come home. I don't want to do the whole meal and stuff after or better because I'm like, this gets expensive.
Well, I mean, the meal it's more the staying. I guess we saw Russell Peters, didn't we?
Yeah.
We drove back the same day. We could have stayed.
Yeah,
over.
But that was a whole day out in our head that we planned. So it's cool. We batched it, some would say, right, as one full day. But I would say if I'm going to have like a weekend out, I'm like, okay, right. I've already paid for this event. Technically, I'm just paying for travel there and back, really, if I do it to a minimal extent. So let's say if I want to go out again the next day, I don't feel it as much. It's like, yeah, I've just gone to an event that I've already prepaid for and come back. So I won't go to like...
Explain your last... I didn't get that last point.
So let's say I want to go out on the Friday and the Saturday, right?
Right.
Friday after work, I go to a concert, yeah?
Right.
So all I'm doing really is just paying to go to the concert via travel, public transport, whatever, yeah?
Yeah.
Then if I want to go out and enjoy the weekend, I can go to have a meal the day after. And it feels like I've done more in my weekend than just spend one night and do nothing Saturday, Sunday. See what I mean? You can kind of spread the money a little bit over the time instead of putting it into like a whole day.
Yeah.
Right?
So doing the food with the restaurant.
So I'm thinking, is anybody else making like a similar choice in this way? Because obviously people are thinking, I've got to make my money last for the month now with like costs and stuff. So they're thinking, okay, if this X amount is gone on petrol, that's probably been taken away from, say, that extra meal I would have gone to go to a concert, right? Have you found yourself doing anything similar, or do you think you would ever do anything similar?
I think when the year started, we booked a lot of shows the back end of last year, but we've hit a lot of them already in the first half of the year.
Yeah.
We've done double digits in terms of shows. We've still got a few left at the back end of the year, but it's more just wedding stuff. But when me and Shindy are looking at it now, it's like you said, if it's drivable back, rather wake up in my own bed. That's number one. If it's a local thing, like a good example is cinema. We go to cinema a lot. It's like, okay, so Star City is very close to our work.
Yeah,
so
but the cinema tickets for Star City is just like one of the cheapest in the UK.
No, it is. It's £5 every day is super cheap. And then if you go on a Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday, it's 2 for 1. So, and then sometimes we make an excuse just to do our kind of McDonald's date night because we didn't do Mackies that often. So that's like 10 quid. We can have 2 meals and 2 cinema tickets.
See?
Yeah, that's super thing. But to us, that's still, we like the memory of like, this is what we used to be like when we were at uni as well. it kind of rekindles that. And it's also like we don't have to, like you said, eat out all the time. Sometimes if we say I'm not going from work and I'm going for home, it's like, okay, let's just have dinner at home. Dinner at home rather than dinner before the film. When we get to film, have some ice cream. So slight adjustments. The only thing I've done a lot of concerts. The only thing I'm looking at now is like kind of more sporting events. Wimbledon's coming up. I would want to go Wimbledon. Apart from that, yeah, I think you just have to look at, can you make reasonable adjustments?
Yeah, I found myself just picking and choosing because I'm like, all right, I think I'm pretty much maxed out for the year now in terms of holidays and going places and doing things. Because I'm like, we've got stuff happening pretty much every month. So I'm like, okay, I'm quite happy and content to just leave it now for the rest of the year. There might be like one or two things that are like, okay, you definitely can't miss that. But I think we're pretty much good for the rest of the year now. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to just leave things as it is because I think
that's good enough. Because I think there was a compulsion. I've definitely fallen into this last probably 2 years ago. Is you look at your calendar, you see what my calendar looks like, and you see empty space. Oh, you gotta fill it, man. You gotta fill those weekends.
No, you don't have to fill it, man. Who told you that?
Yeah. Live with Indy Bunch. Everything's itemized. You got to do things. It's fine. We then have like don't do anything weekends as well. But yeah, you're right. You look at it and you think that's enough, because within that, like you said, there'll be some spontaneous stuff you haven't planned for, which will come up and you'll have to do anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's definitely something that people should look at. And these reasonable adjustments are very easy to make. You know,
they are a little bit. Yeah, they are a little bit. Yeah.
Eating food at home, so you can have dessert somewhere. Or the thing is, even now, there's it's like, okay, cinema, I'll always take my bottled water with me. I was like, there's no way I'm going to drink. There's no scenario where if I eat dinner at home, I'm then not going to have a whole big Coke, right? That way.
No, I'm not going to do that, but I'll take some Bonnie and I'll definitely grab some popcorn.
Yeah. So exactly. What for me at Starseed, they have this thing called like the kiddie box. It's like $3.50. It's got like this much popcorn.
You said this last time, I think. Yeah.
That's it. It's got a mini drink. I think I told you before. Yeah. And it's got a chocolate bar. Man, this is great value, man. £3.50 is exactly the amount I want. Got a fly here. And then after that, I can still have dinner and it's not like kind of ruining it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas if I have a combo there, KO, man, like you finish that popcorn, you finish that drink, you've ruined your dinner. You can't have anything. It's not...
What does suck about ice cream sometimes, though, when you go to the cinema, is you have to time it well.
Eating it, you mean?
No. You have to time it well to get it, sit down and watch, make sure the film starts and then eat it. If you're starting trailers and you got the ice cream, you're like, oh, fucked it because it's about to melt. So you're like, I got to eat it now.
No. You don't. Well, this is a personal preference. Don't eat the ice cream during the film. When the film is on, I want to enjoy the film. That time pre-trailers when you got ads, not trailers, ads, or even when the lights are still on and it's just like stills which are changing.
That's when you want to do it.
You gotta ram it down, man. You gotta get that shit down.
I see.
And then I'm ready.
You want the immersive experience.
I want the immersive experience, and cinema etiquette is a big thing, man. I hate when people talk and make noise and just ruining it. I'm the guy in it, like shh.
Do you turn around and say it, or do you just do this, or do you face the front and just go shh?
Depends where the person's.
Depends how big they are.
I look quite scary in the dark. Got the big beard, and I just turn around and I'm
sure you look really scary with your 5'4" self. Yeah, 100%.
You can't tell I'm sitting down.
You can still tell, but okay.
I'm a bad man.
Yeah. Just because you got a bottle, mate, don't mean shit.
Yeah, I think that I think that's something everyone's listening should think about.
Yes.
I think it's sensible. I think it means, like you said, you can have more fun rather than having to sacrifice and just go all and then have nothing for other periods of time.
For like the rest of the weekend or anything, which is your free social time.
Yeah, and I read this thing a while ago where somebody had said they went through a phase where they stopped going out to dinner and they said they invite friends round and say, everyone bring a dish.
You know what? Just inviting friends around to places is so much cheaper than going out.
Mm.
It's one of the things that I've noticed that we do a lot in Birmingham compared to London. Because obviously in London, people are much further apart, more spread out, and they use public transport. So they it's better to meet in the middle of like a place, say like Oxford Circus or whichever. You'll meet there and congregate. In Birmingham, you have a car, you go to someone's house, have a cup of jar, and you'll chill, and then you'll go. That's quite cheap. And I was like, oh, okay, I can just understand the big culture differences that people have there.
Plus, there's expectation, isn't it? London's like it's very hip and hop, and it's like, okay, you might do the chill at someone's house, but that's like a, pre-drinks. Like it's like we're gonna do that, but then we're gonna go out. We're gonna hit this like nice restaurant, and I guess like for me, if I live in London, saying that, I mean, last time we came to yours, we had food at your house that evening on Saturday. That was really good food.
Exactly.
Again, we've been out all day, and that was still like I didn't feel like we're not.
But it's nice to do that because I tend to prefer there's less like downtime because when you're at someone's house, it's just you're there. You don't have to worry about like getting served, paying a bill, walking somewhere, going somewhere, finding a table. Like all that stress is gone. It's just, do you want to grab some food on the way here, or we can just have some nibbles here, or we can just watch something here, and it's just easier. It's smoother, and that makes your time with that person a little bit longer. And it's just like a good balance between the two. That's what I've noticed, just as like a bit of a culture difference between North and South.
Yeah, and I think as we get older, this is another observation. So when you're young and when you go to someone's house, right, and you find whoever the kids are in that house, and the kids go and play or whatever.
Yeah.
And you see the parents and the elders, and what they do, they sit there and talk, and you think, man, that must be so boring. Sit there and talk.
No, they love it, man. They live for it.
No, but that's us now, innit? Like
I know it is.
And I'm like, let's just catch up, man. Let's just talk what's been going on. And you just it's brilliant. Yeah, like it's a very frugal or, a very readily abundant thing that can give joy, which is let's just catch up over a drink. That's another thing, I've noticed as well. I think a lot of people, when they meet other people, it's like, let's go for dinner. And that automatically then becomes expensive. Whereas a lot of people just meet up over drinks. Like a walk, like I did this recently. I don't do that often, but I did it. It's just as like because it was too early to have dinner. So I was like, oh, so what do we do? It was like, oh, we'll have a coffee. But I'm not that kind of guy. I've never done that. But we actually went for a coffee and I had whatever. And then we ended up being there for 3-4 hours. And it's like you said, it was just a cup of coffee. And then you've had great enjoyment and conversation. It's like you go home and it's like, it's really good.
Yeah. Or you can have like
nibbles.
Yeah. Or you can just have like a cup of jar or like a hot chocolate if you don't want a coffee. Like it's all workable.
Yeah.
But this is why people on first dates now, they don't commit to a meal. They commit to a drink first.
Makes
cheaper.
Sense,
you can do multiple dates with that. And it's a cheaper format.
Yeah. And you're getting to know each other. I mean, the whole thing in the first like 10 dates is what you just want to talk on it.
10 dates, bloody hell, man.
Or whatever it might be. I remember one of my friends during lockdown, he got with his other half and all you could do is walk. So they used to go on these like long hikes, like he goes, we're spending like 7-8 hours walking. He goes, there's no other time. So he goes, obviously I'm trying to get to know a person. So that facilitated that. And plus you can't do anything else.
What about the eye contact though, man? I'm like, I want to pick up on your body language. I want to pick up on your little like things you say and do.
Yeah, I don't think you're not constantly walking. Obviously you stop.
I try, you have a sit down, a little bit of a picnic.
Yeah. That's another good one. Picnics are really underrated, man.
Picnic could work, yeah. But they get a culture too. It just depends on where you're buying it from. If you buy all the shit from Sainsbury's, it's expensive, isn't it? Right.
That's how you do it, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, normally the way most people do is you do your basic shop, and then you have your specialist items from M&S, Waitrose, whatever you want. But your basic shop could be Aldi, for example.
Lidl,
Lidl, whatever. The quality is quality, isn't it? That's another big thing I'm an advocate for. I'm very happy if I'm away staying on a course on my own and I'm going to be eating on my own or whatever. Say it's 3-day course, I could have 3 meal deals in a row. No issue, man.
No, I can't do that, man. No. If I'm on my own, the only thing that I can enjoy is the food. Pizza. I'm like, okay, I want to enjoy some nice food. Like I will happily go and have a dinner on my own at a restaurant because I'm like, I'm on my own and I got to enjoy some of it. 3 meal deals on my own. My God, I couldn't think of anything worse, man.
As long as I got my iPad, I'm watching a show. I'm happy, man. It's easy.
This is why I go with you. Make you spend money.
I can just as well enjoy the meal as well. But to me, they're exactly the same. Like peanut butter sandwich every day for the rest of my life for lunch. I'm happy, man. Like it still hits the spot.
I get you. Well, guys, on that note, please do let us know your thoughts on the episode. Drop us a like, a comment, and a subscribe if you haven't just yet. And we will catch you next week.
On the
Later.
flippity flip.